Okay, so be honest with me for a second. Have you ever been in a conversation with a native English speaker and they say something like, "Yeah, I'm kind of swamped right now. Gonna have to take a rain check." And you just smile and nod, but inside your brain is completely blank?
Or worse, you understood every single word in that sentence, individually, but together, no idea what they meant.
That's the gap, right? You can read a newspaper, you can write an essay, you probably know more grammar rules than most native speakers do. Seriously, ask an American to explain the difference between who and whom and watch them panic.
But then real conversation happens. Fast, messy, full of slang, half-finished sentences, and sounds that don't even feel like words. And suddenly you feel like a beginner again.
That feeling is so common, it basically has its own name in language learning, the textbook to real life gap.
And today, we're closing that gap. For the next 2 hours, it's just us, talking the way people actually talk, not the way textbooks pretend they talk.
No, how do you do, good sir? No perfectly grammatical dialogues where nobody ever interrupts anybody.
Real rhythm, real filler words, real reactions. The stuff you'd hear in a coffee shop, a group chat, an office kitchen, a Sunday phone call with a friend.
And by the end of this episode, you're going to have a toolkit of phrases, sounds, and reactions that make you sound like you belong in an English conversation, not like you're translating one in your head first.
So get comfortable. Grab your coffee, your tea, whatever gets you through a long walk or a long commute, because we've got a lot of ground to cover. And honestly, we're going to have some fun doing it.
All right, now that you know what's coming, let's actually say hello properly.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Fluent Daily. I'm Sophie.
And I'm Jamie. This is the show where we help you stop studying English and start living in it.
Today's episode is a big one. Everyday English practice, chat like a native. This is for anyone who's B1, solidly in the intermediate zone, moving toward B2, and who keeps hitting that wall where grammar knowledge doesn't translate into confident, natural conversation.
If you've ever frozen up because someone used an idiom you'd never heard, or you didn't know how to jump into a conversation without sounding rude, or you didn't know what to say when you didn't understand something, this episode is built for exactly that moment.
We're going to work through real conversational patterns, greetings that aren't hello, how are you, small talk that doesn't feel forced, natural ways to agree, disagree, interrupt politely, change the subject, react with emotion, and wrap up a conversation without it feeling abrupt.
We'll also spend real time on pronunciation, because a lot of sounding native isn't about knowing more words. It's about how you connect the words you already know.
And don't worry, we'll slow down for the tricky bits. We'll repeat key phrases, and there's a homework challenge at the end that's actually kind of fun.
Let's get into it.
Part 1. Greetings that don't sound robotic.
Let's start at the very beginning of every conversation, the greeting. Now, in most textbooks, you learn this exchange.
Hello, how are you? I am fine, thank you. And you? I am also fine, thank you.
Nobody talks like that. Nobody. If you said that to me in real life, I'd wonder if you were a customer service chatbot.
Exactly. So let's talk about what people actually say. First, the greeting itself. Hello is fine, but it's a little formal for casual situations. What do native speakers actually say?
Hey, hi. Hey, what's up? Yo, that one's very casual. Mostly younger people or close friends. Morning. Just morning. Dropping the good. Hey there. Hiya. That's more British.
And here's something important. The question that follows the greeting usually isn't really a question. It's a ritual. When someone says, how's it going? Or what's up? Or how are you doing? They're not always deeply asking about your emotional state.
Right. It's more like a social handshake in word form. The expected response is short and positive, even if your day was actually terrible.
So let's go through the common ones. How's it going? Response. Good. You? Or not bad. Yourself? Or can't complain. What's up? Response. Not much. You? Or nothing much, just working. How are you doing? Response. I'm doing well, thanks. How about you?
And here's a golden rule. You almost always throw the question back. If someone asks how you are, you answer briefly, then ask them the same thing. It keeps the conversation balanced.
Let's practice a few full exchanges. I'll be person A, Sophie will be person B. Listen first, then we'll slow it down.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, thanks. Bit tired, but can't complain. You?
Yeah, same here, honestly. Busy week.
Okay, let's slow that down and break it apart. Bit tired. Notice we dropped the In fast, casual speech, native speakers often drop small words like the, I am. Bit tired instead of a bit tired. Gonna head out instead of I'm going to head out.
This is huge for listening comprehension too, by the way. If you're waiting to hear a full grammatically perfect sentence, you'll miss half of what's said. Native speech drops words constantly.
Let's try another common opener. Running into someone you haven't seen in a while.
Oh my gosh, hey, long time no see.
I know, right? It's been forever. How have you been?
Good. Just been super busy with work. What about you? What have you been up to?
Long time no see. That's a fixed phrase, grammatically a little unusual, but everyone uses it. It's been forever, meaning it feels like a very long time. What have you been up to? This is one of the most common questions in casual English, and it just means what's been happening in your life recently.
A great answer to what have you been up to doesn't need to be detailed. Oh, not much, just work and life, you know. Same old, just keeping busy. These are all totally acceptable, normal answers.
Let's do one more, a slightly more formal greeting, like meeting a colleague's friend or someone at a work event.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Sophie.
Hey, nice to meet you too. I'm Jamie. So, how do you know Alex?
Oh, we went to university together. What about you?
Notice that question. How do you know person? It's the single most common question at parties, work events, weddings, anywhere with a shared connection. It's a fantastic small talk opener because it always has an easy answer.
Let's pause here and do a quick listening challenge. I'm going to say 3 greetings at natural speed. Try to catch the reduced words before I explain them.
Go for it.
Hey, what you been up to? Not much, just chillin'. Want to grab coffee later?
Let's break those down. Whatcha is what have you, or sometimes what are you, squeezed together. What you been up to equals what have you been up to. Chillin', relaxing, doing nothing in particular, from chilling. Wanna is want to. These contractions are everywhere in spoken English, even though you'll rarely see them written formally.
A tip here, you don't need to say wanna or gonna yourself if it doesn't feel natural yet, but you absolutely need to be able to hear and understand them, because native speakers use them constantly without thinking.
Good point. Speaking clearly and correctly is completely fine for you as a learner, but training your ear to catch fast, reduced speech is what unlocks real listening comprehension.
Part 2. Small talk that doesn't feel forced.
Okay, once the greeting's done, there's this awkward next step, small talk. And a lot of learners tell us this is where they freeze. The greeting's fine, but then silence. What do you say next?
Totally get that. Small talk feels artificial because, well, it kind of is. It's a social ritual to fill space and build comfort before a real conversation happens. But once you know the common topics and question patterns, it becomes almost automatic.
Let's go through the classic small talk categories. Weather, extremely common, especially in the UK, but honestly everywhere. Weekend plans, or how your weekend was. Work or studies. Commute, or how you got somewhere. Something happening in the immediate environment. A party, an event, a shared space.
Let's start with weather, because it sounds boring, but it's actually a perfect low-pressure conversation starter that anyone can join.
Nice weather we're having, huh? Can you believe this heat? It's been raining nonstop this week. I heard it's supposed to snow this weekend.
Notice the little tag questions and fillers. Huh? At the end, turns a statement into an invitation for the other person to respond. It's very casual and very common.
Let's role-play a full small talk exchange, weather to weekend plans, the way it might naturally flow.
Can you believe this heat? It's like 38 degrees out there.
I know, it's brutal. I don't even want to leave the house.
Same. Any big plans for the weekend, though? Or just hiding from the sun?
Honestly, probably just hiding from the sun. Maybe a movie or something. You?
Nothing set in stone yet. Might go hiking if it cools down a bit.
Let's break a few things down here. It's brutal, meaning it's really harsh or unpleasant, often used for weather or a difficult situation, like that exam was brutal. Nothing set in stone, nothing is confirmed or finalized yet. Plans are still flexible.
And might here is doing a lot of work. Might go hiking is a soft, non-committal way to talk about a possible plan. This is really useful because native speakers rarely commit fully to weekend plans in casual conversation. Everything is might, probably, we'll see.
Let's move to another huge small talk category, work or studies. This one comes up constantly, especially with new acquaintances.
So what do you do?
I work in marketing for a tech company. It's all right, keeps me busy. What about you?
I'm actually still studying, finishing my last year of uni.
Oh, nice. What are you studying?
What do you do is the classic way to ask about someone's job. Much more natural than what is your profession, which sounds stiff and overly formal. And uni, that's short for university. Very common in British English especially.
A great habit to build. Whenever someone tells you their job or field of study, ask one natural follow-up question. It shows interest without turning into an interrogation. Oh, nice. How do you like it? Oh, cool. How long have you been doing that? Oh, really? What does that involve exactly?
Let's talk about reacting to what someone says. This is honestly one of the most underrated skills in conversation. Reaction words carry a lot of the naturalness in spoken English.
Absolutely. If someone tells you a story and you just say, "That is interesting," you've technically responded correctly, but it sounds flat, almost robotic. Native speakers react with much more energy and variety.
Let's build a list. For positive surprise, no way. Seriously? You're kidding. That's amazing. Wow, really? For sympathy or bad news, oh no. That's rough. I'm so sorry to hear that. That sucks. A bit informal, but extremely common. That's the worst.
For agreement, totally. Exactly. I know, right? For sure. 100%. For mild disagreement or doubt, I don't know about that. I'm not so sure. Maybe. I see it differently, actually.
Let's hear these in a natural exchange. Sophie, tell me a story, and I'll react the way a native speaker actually would.
Okay, so you will not believe what happened to me yesterday. I was walking to work, completely normal day, and this guy on a bike just crashes straight into a fruit stand. Oranges everywhere.
No way. Was he okay?
Yeah, thankfully, just really embarrassed, but the fruit seller was not happy.
Oh no, I bet. That's such a random thing to witness, though.
I know, right? Totally made my morning weirder than expected.
See how the reactions come in the middle of the story too, not just at the end? No way and oh no, I bet are inserted while Sophie's still talking. That's a huge part of sounding engaged and natural. You don't wait silently until the story ends.
This is called active listening and conversation, and it's honestly one of the fastest ways to sound fluent, even if your vocabulary isn't huge yet. Short, well-timed reactions make you sound present and engaged.
Let's practice a rapid-fire reaction drill. I'll say a statement, and you react naturally, Sophie. And listeners, you should be reacting out loud too, right now, wherever you are.
Ready.
I just found out I got the job.
No way! Congratulations! That's amazing!
My flight got canceled, and I'm stuck at the airport for 6 hours.
Oh no, that's the worst. I'm so sorry.
I think pineapple belongs on pizza.
Okay, I have to disagree with you there. Strongly disagree, actually.
See, that's a nice, gentle disagreement. I have to disagree with you there. Is much softer and more natural than a flat, no, you're wrong, even though the meaning is basically the same.
English speakers, especially in casual conversation, tend to soften disagreement a lot. We'll actually come back to this in more depth later in the episode, because it's a whole skill on its own, how to disagree politely.
Part 3. Joining and leaving conversations smoothly.
Let's talk about something nobody teaches you in school, how to actually join a conversation that's already happening. Maybe it's a group at a party, a work meeting, a family dinner. People are already talking and you want to say something. How do you jump in without seeming rude?
This is such a real problem. A lot of learners either stay completely silent because they don't know how to interrupt politely, or they just cut people off awkwardly mid-sentence, which can come across as rude even if that's not the intention.
So let's build a toolkit for this. First, polite interruption phrases. Sorry to jump in, but can I just say something quickly? Actually, if I can add to that, sorry, just to jump in here. Wait, can I say something?
And there's a softer version too, for when you want to interrupt but really don't want to seem pushy. This might be a silly question, but
Not to interrupt, but just really quick.
Let's hear this in action. Imagine a group conversation about weekend plans, and I want to jump in with an idea.
So yeah, I was thinking maybe we do the hike on Saturday instead of Sunday since the weather looks better.
Sorry to jump in. Actually, I just checked, and Saturday's supposed to rain too. Sunday might be our best bet.
Oh really? Let me check that.
See how sorry to jump in buys you that half second to enter the conversation smoothly? It signals politeness immediately, and then you go straight into your point.
Now the flip side, how do you leave a conversation naturally? This is honestly just as tricky. You don't want to just walk away mid-sentence, but you also don't want to be stuck in a conversation for 20 extra minutes because you don't know how to end it.
Exit phrases are essential. Well, I should get going. Anyway, I better let you go. It was great catching up. I don't want to keep you, but it was really nice talking. I should probably head back to work. Well, I'll let you get back to it.
And here's a subtle but important trick. Often you frame the ending as being considerate of the other person's time, not just about you wanting to leave. I don't want to keep you sounds much better than I want to leave now, even though functionally they achieve the same goal.
Let's do a full exit sequence.
Anyway, that's basically the whole story.
Wow, what a day. Hey, listen, I should probably get going. I've got a meeting in 10 minutes, but it was really great running into you.
Yeah, you too. Let's catch up properly soon.
Definitely. I'll text you.
Let's catch up properly soon is a really common closing line, meaning let's have a longer, more focused conversation another time. And I'll text you as a closing promise, very common. Doesn't always literally happen immediately, but it's a warm, friendly way to end things.
One more useful pattern, ending a phone call. Phone calls have their own little ritual endings.
All right, I'll let you go. Okay, talk soon. All right, take care. Okay, bye-bye. Yes, native speakers really do say bye-bye. It's not just for children. Have a good one. Very American, means have a good day.
Let's hear a full phone call ending.
Okay, well, I should probably get going. Dinner's almost ready.
Yeah, no worries. Go eat. Talk soon, okay?
Sounds good. Bye.
Bye-bye.
No worries. Such a useful, flexible phrase. It means that's fine, don't worry about it, no problem. You'll hear it constantly, especially in Australian and British English, but it's spread everywhere now.
Part 4. Agreeing, disagreeing, and giving opinions naturally.
All right, let's dig into something we teased earlier, opinions. Agreeing, disagreeing, giving your take on something. This comes up constantly in real conversation, whether you're talking about a movie, politics, food, or which route to take to avoid traffic.
Let's start with how native speakers actually introduce an opinion. Textbooks love "in my opinion" and "I think that," and those are fine, totally correct. But in casual speech, there's a lot more variety.
Honestly, I think, if you ask me, personally, I feel like I'm kind of on the fence about it, but my take on it is, I don't know, I just feel like...
On the fence is a great one to know. It means undecided, sitting between two opinions, not committed to either side, like sitting on a fence between two fields.
Let's practice giving opinions on something simple. Favorite type of food?
Honestly, if you ask me, nothing beats a good bowl of ramen, like nothing.
See, I'm kind of on the fence about ramen. I like it, but I wouldn't say it's my favorite. I'm more of a pizza person personally.
Okay, valid. Pizza's solid too.
Valid as a one-word response is really common now, especially among younger speakers. It means that's a fair or reasonable point, basically agreeing that someone's opinion makes sense, even if you don't fully share it.
Now, let's talk about agreement more deeply. Full, strong agreement. Exactly. Couldn't agree more. That's so true. 100%. Same here. I feel the same way.
Partial agreement. This one's important because full agreement isn't always honest, and partial agreement is actually more common in real conversation. Yeah, that's fair, but I see what you mean, although true, but on the other hand, that's a good point, but I'd also say...
Let's hear partial agreement in action, because this pattern, agree first, then add your own angle, is incredibly natural and very B2 level useful.
I really think working from home is way more productive than being in an office.
Yeah, I get that, and for some tasks I totally agree, but I think it really depends on the job. Some things just work better in person, you know?
That's fair, actually. I guess it depends on the type of work.
Notice the structure. Yeah, I get that, but I think this softens disagreement so it doesn't sound confrontational. It's a conversational cushion.
Now let's move into disagreement, real disagreement, the kind where you actually think the other person is wrong. This is where a lot of learners get stuck, because in their own language, disagreement might be more direct, but English speakers, especially in casual, friendly contexts, tend to soften it a lot.
Direct disagreement, like flatly saying, no, that's wrong, can come across as harsh or even rude in a lot of English-speaking social contexts, unless you're very close friends or in a debate setting.
So here's the toolkit. I see it differently, actually. I'm not sure I agree with that. I don't know about that. I'd have to disagree there. Actually, I don't think that's quite right. That's an interesting point, but I don't fully agree.
Let's hear a disagreement play out fully, start to finish, the way it would naturally unfold in a friendly conversation.
Honestly, I think social media has been way more bad than good for society.
I don't know about that actually. I mean, sure, there are downsides, but it's also connected so many people who never would have met otherwise.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. I'm just thinking more about the mental health side of things.
No, that's totally fair. Honestly, I think it's kind of both. It depends a lot on how people use it.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably the real answer.
Notice, nobody won that disagreement. It ended in a kind of shared middle ground. It depends, which is an extremely common way for casual English conversations about opinions to resolve, even when people started out sounding pretty different.
That's actually a great cultural note. In a lot of everyday English conversation, especially in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, the goal usually isn't to win the argument. It's to have an interesting exchange and stay on good terms. Strong, aggressive insistence on being right can actually come across poorly in casual settings.
Let's do a rapid practice round. I'll give an opinion, and Jamie, you disagree, but keep it soft and natural.
Go for it.
I think cats make way better pets than dogs.
Ooh, I'd have to disagree there. Dogs just have that loyalty thing going for them, you know?
Coffee is way better than tea, no contest.
I don't know about that one. I'm actually more of a tea person myself.
Remote work is definitely the future. Offices are basically obsolete.
I see it a little differently. I think we'll probably land somewhere in the middle, like hybrid setups.
Great examples. Notice how none of these disagreements felt tense or awkward. That's the goal.
Part 5. Talking about everyday problems and complaining politely. All right, let's talk about something every single person does constantly in real life. Complaining. Not angry, dramatic complaining, just everyday venting. My Wi-Fi is so slow. I hate Mondays. This queue is taking forever. Native speakers do this constantly, and it's actually a big part of casual bonding.
It's true. Complaining together in a light way is almost a form of connection. If your coworker says, this printer is the worst, and you respond, oh my gosh, I know, it's been broken for weeks, you've just bonded over something completely trivial.
Let's build the vocabulary for this. Mild annoyance. This is so annoying. That's kind of frustrating. Oh, come on. Seriously? You've got to be kidding me. This is driving me crazy.
Bigger frustration, but still casual, not aggressive. This is ridiculous. I can't deal with this right now. I'm so done with this. This is the last thing I needed today. Of course this would happen.
That last one, of course this would happen, is a great sarcastic phrase for when something bad happens at the worst possible moment. It's a very native-sounding way to express frustrated irony.
Let's practice a scene, a delayed train, a very relatable situation for basically everyone on Earth.
You've got to be kidding me. Delayed again?
Seriously? How late this time?
Says 20 minutes, but it's probably going to be more like 40. Of course this would happen today of all days.
I'm so sorry. That's the worst. Do you have somewhere to be?
Yeah, a meeting in like 15 minutes. This is exactly what I didn't need this morning.
Let's break down a couple of things there. Says 20 minutes, dropping it at the start. Very common in casual speech. It says 20 minutes becomes just says 20 minutes. Of all days, a phrase you attach to emphasize bad timing. Of all days, of all people, of all places. This is exactly what I didn't need, a natural way to express that something is badly timed or unwelcome.
Let's talk about complaining about small daily annoyances. Things like bad weather, technology problems, noisy neighbors, slow internet.
Here's a great mini dialogue about tech problems, something everyone can relate to.
My laptop's been so slow lately. It's driving me insane.
Oh no, is it just old or is something actually wrong with it?
Honestly, I have no idea. It's probably just old, but I keep putting off dealing with it.
Story of my life. I've been meaning to clean out my inbox for like a year now.
Story of my life. a fantastic phrase for relating to someone's complaint, meaning that's exactly the kind of thing that happens to me too, constantly. I keep putting off dealing with it. Putting off meaning delaying or procrastinating, a very useful phrasal verb. I've been meaning to, meaning you've intended to do something for a while, but haven't gotten around to it.
Let's build a small vocabulary list around procrastination and daily annoyances, since these come up so often in casual talk. Put off, delay. Get around to, eventually find time for. Deal with, handle, address. Drives me crazy, insane, extremely annoying. It's not a big deal. Used to downplay something, ironically often said right after complaining about it.
Let's do one more full complaining dialogue, this time about something slightly bigger, a bad day at work.
How was your day?
Honestly, rough. My boss piled on like 3 extra projects right before the deadline, and I barely had time to eat lunch.
Oh my gosh, that's awful. Did you get any of it done?
Some of it, yeah, but I'm definitely going to be catching up tomorrow. Just one of those days, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. Hopefully tomorrow's better.
Fingers crossed.
Piled on, added a large amount of something, usually work, suddenly. Just one of those days. A very common phrase meaning a day where everything feels difficult or goes wrong, without needing to explain further. I hear you. A sympathetic response, meaning I understand and relate to what you're saying. Fingers crossed, hoping for good luck, often said while literally crossing your fingers.
Part 6. Telling stories and keeping people engaged.
Let's shift gears now and talk about storytelling, because a huge part of everyday conversation is just telling each other what happened. You won't believe what happened today, so get this. Okay, funny story. These little openers set up a story and grab attention immediately.
Story openers are so important because they signal to the listener, pay attention, something interesting is coming. Let's list a few. You won't believe this, so get this. Okay, so funny story. This is so random, but wait, I have to tell you something.
And then, once you're actually telling the story, native speakers use a lot of connecting words to keep it flowing naturally. Not overly formal linking words like subsequently or furthermore, but casual ones.
So then, and then get this, and the funny thing is, so anyway, long story short, basically, these are the connective tissue of casual storytelling.
Let's hear a full story, start to finish, using a bunch of these tools naturally.
Okay, so get this. Yesterday, I'm walking my dog, completely normal evening, right? And this cat just appears out of nowhere and starts like full-on chasing my dog.
Wait, the cat was chasing the dog?
I know, that's what I said. My dog is a golden retriever, like 60 pounds, and this tiny cat is just sprinting after him like it owns the street.
Okay, that's amazing. What happened?
So basically, my dog just ran, full speed, dragged me down the entire block. Long story short, we ended up like 3 streets away before he finally calmed down.
That is the funniest thing I've heard all week.
Right? I still can't believe it happened.
Notice how the story used present tense. I'm walking, this cat just appears, even though it happened yesterday. This is really common in casual storytelling in English. It's called the historical present or narrative present, and it makes stories feel more immediate and exciting.
That's such a great point. If you're telling a casual story to a friend, switching into present tense at the exciting parts makes it feel more alive. So I'm sitting there and suddenly this guy walks in. It's very natural, even though grammatically the story's in the past.
Let's also talk about listener responses during a story. The little sounds and words that show you're engaged. No way. Wait, really? Oh my gosh. Then what happened? You're kidding? Shut up. Yes, in casual American English, shut up can actually mean no way, I don't believe it. Used between friends. Definitely not rude in that context.
That's a fun one to flag, actually. Context really matters there. Among close friends, shut up, no way, is a totally normal, friendly reaction. But you wouldn't want to use it with your boss or someone you just met.
Let's do a listening and reacting drill. I'll tell a short story, and Sophie, react naturally throughout, not just at the end.
Go for it.
Okay, so this morning, I'm getting coffee, right? And the barista calls out the order. And it's not my name, but it's my coffee. So I just take it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I panicked. So I'm walking out, and this guy runs after me going, "Hey, that's my coffee."
No way, what did you do?
I just handed it back, so embarrassed, and had to wait another 5 minutes for mine.
Oh my gosh, that's so awkward. I would have died.
I would have died, a dramatic, exaggerated way to say I would have been extremely embarrassed. Native speakers use exaggeration constantly in casual storytelling. I almost died. I was dying. I could have cried. These aren't literal. They're just emotional emphasis.
Exaggeration for effect is such a natural part of English conversation. Nobody actually thinks you literally died of embarrassment, but it communicates the feeling vividly, which is often more important than being literally accurate in casual talk.
Part 7. Making requests, offers, and asking for help naturally.
Let's talk about something you need almost every single day: asking for things, offering things, and asking for help, without sounding overly formal or, on the flip side, too blunt.
This is a spot where learners often go one of two ways. Either everything comes out super formal, would it be possible for you to, in every single situation, or it comes out too direct, like, give me that, which can sound rude even if that's not the intention at all.
So let's build a natural range, from casual to polite, for small everyday requests among friends or coworkers. Hey, can you pass me that? Could you grab me a coffee while you're up? Mind grabbing the door? You got a sec? Can I ask you something real quick?
Mind grabbing the door is a great pattern. Do you mind plus verbing is super common for casual requests. Mind closing the window? Mind if I sit here? It sounds polite but relaxed at the same time.
For slightly bigger favors, still casual but showing a bit more awareness that you're asking for something real. Hey, would you be able to help me with something? Could you do me a favor? I don't want to be a pain, but could you? This might be a big ask, but...
Let's hear a casual favor request play out.
Hey, could you do me a favor?
Yeah, sure, what's up?
Would you be able to help me move this weekend? I know it's short notice.
Oh, yeah, totally. I should be free Saturday. What time were you thinking?
Maybe like 10? I really appreciate it, by the way.
No worries at all. Happy to help.
Short notice, meaning you're asking close to the time you need something without much advance warning. Happy to help. A warm, common way to accept a request. Much more natural than a flat, okay.
Now let's flip it. Offering help or things to someone else. Want me to grab you one too? Need a hand with that? I can help if you want. Let me know if you need anything. Here, let me get that.
Need a hand is such a lovely, compact offer. Short for do you need a hand with that? Meaning do you need help? Very natural, very common in everyday situations, from carrying bags to fixing something.
Let's practice an offering exchange. Someone's struggling with heavy bags.
These bags are so heavy.
Here, need a hand?
Oh, thank you so much. That would be great.
No problem at all.
Simple, but this exact tiny exchange happens constantly, everywhere, every day. And notice the response. That would be great. A warm way to accept an offer. Better than a flat yes.
Let's also cover declining offers politely, because that comes up just as often. Oh, I'm okay, thanks though. No, I'm good, but thank you. I appreciate it, but I've got it. That's really kind, but I'm all right.
Notice the pattern here too. Always a thank you first, even when declining. I'm okay, thanks though, softens the no and keeps things warm.
Let's do one more scenario. Asking for help when you genuinely don't understand something, which is incredibly relevant for English learners specifically. What do you say when someone's speaking and you just don't get it?
This is so important. So many learners just nod and pretend to understand, which honestly causes more problems later. Let's build phrases for this exact moment. Sorry, could you say that again? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you slow down a little, please? Sorry, what does that word mean? I'm not familiar with that expression. Could you explain?
And a really useful one. Could you rephrase that? Or is there another way to say that? Asking someone to explain the same idea differently, which is often more helpful than just repeating the exact same sentence louder.
Let's hear this in action.
So yeah, the whole project kind of fell through last minute. It was a real bummer.
Sorry, what does fell through mean?
Oh, sorry, it means the plan didn't happen. It failed at the last moment.
Ah, got it, thank you. And bummer?
That just means something disappointing. Kind of a shame.
Got it, that makes sense now.
This is such a healthy conversational habit. Sophie asked naturally in the middle of the conversation without apologizing excessively or feeling embarrassed, and I explained it briefly and simply. Then we moved right back into the conversation. That's exactly how it should work.
One more small but powerful phrase for this situation. Just to make sure I understood, did you mean this? This lets you confirm your understanding without it feeling like you're asking someone to repeat themselves for the third time.
Great toolkit. Between requests, offers, declining politely, and asking for clarification, you now have a full set of tools for handling basically any everyday interaction that requires you to ask for or offer something.
Pronunciation Spotlight, Connected Speech.
Before we wrap up, let's spend a few minutes specifically on pronunciation, because this is honestly one of the biggest gaps between textbook English and real English, connected speech.
Connected speech is when words blend, drop sounds, or merge together in fast, natural talk. It's why "what are you doing" can sound like "what you doing," or "going to" becomes "gonna," or "give me" becomes "gimme."
Let's go through a few of the most common ones. Want to, wanna. Going to, gonna. Got to, gotta. Kind of, kinda. Give me, gimme. Let me, lemme.
These aren't lazy or incorrect English, they're just a natural result of fast, relaxed speech, the same way every language has casual pronunciation shifts. Understanding them is essential for listening. Using them yourself is optional, but it does help you sound more natural.
Let's practice hearing these in full sentences. Repeat after me if you're listening along. I'm gonna head out soon. You wanna grab lunch? I gotta finish this first. It's kinda cold today. Can you give me a second?
Another huge feature of connected speech is linking, when the final consonant sound of one word connects directly to the vowel sound of the next word, so they blend together. Turn it off sounds like turn it off. Check it out sounds like check it out.
Let's practice a few. Pick it up. Say it slowly first, then fast. Pick it up becomes pick it up. Wait a minute becomes wait a minute, with that T softening into a quick D sound. This is called flapping, very common in American English especially.
That flapping sound is huge for American English. Words like water, better, little. The T in the middle often sounds more like a soft D. Water sounds like waiter. Little sounds like little.
Let's do a short listen and repeat pronunciation drill, combining everything we just covered.
I'm gonna get some water. Slow, I am going to get some water. Fast, natural, I'm gonna get some waiter.
What are you doing later? Slow, clear version first, then fast. What you doing later?
I don't know, kinda just wanna relax. Notice don't know often reduces to dunno in very casual speech too. I don't know, kinda just wanna relax.
These reductions matter enormously for listening comprehension, especially watching movies, TV shows, or talking with native speakers at natural speed. If you only train your ear on slow textbook pronunciation, real speech can feel shockingly fast and unclear at first. But it's not that people are speaking unclearly, it's that connected speech has its own patterns you can learn to recognize.
Grammar and context, the patterns behind natural speech.
Let's briefly connect some of what we practiced today to specific grammar patterns, since understanding the why behind the phrase can help you build new sentences on your own, not just memorized fixed expressions.
First, modal softeners for opinions and requests. Words like might, could, would, I guess, kind of, sort of. These soften statements, making them feel less forceful and more natural in casual English. I think that's wrong, versus I kind of think that might not be quite right. Much softer, much more typical in everyday conversation.
Second, present continuous for storytelling, the historical present we mentioned earlier. Even though the event is in the past, native speakers often narrate exciting or funny stories in present tense to make them feel more vivid and immediate.
Third, ellipsis, meaning the dropping of understood words. Been busy instead of I've been busy. Says here it's delayed instead of it says here it's delayed. This happens constantly in casual speech and writing, like texting, where the subject or auxiliary verb is dropped because it's obvious from context.
Fourth, tag questions and confirmation checkers, like right, you know, huh, at the end of sentences. These invite the listener to respond or agree, keeping conversation collaborative rather than one-sided monologue.
And fifth, hedging language for disagreement and opinions. Phrases like I guess, sort of, kind of, I mean, to be honest. These are grammar-light but conversation-heavy tools that make your speech sound less like a formal statement and more like natural, evolving thought.
Homework challenge.
All right, time for your homework. And this one's genuinely fun, not just busy work.
For the next 3 days, your challenge is simple. Have one small talk conversation per day using at least 3 phrases from today's episode: a greeting, a reaction, and either an agreement or a soft disagreement.
It doesn't have to be a native speaker. It can be with a language partner, in a language exchange app, even talking to yourself out loud, describing your day using the storytelling patterns we practiced: present tense, story openers, exaggeration for effect.
Bonus challenge: next time you watch a show or video in English, try to catch 3 examples of connected speech: gonna, wanna, linking sounds, flapped T's, and say the reduced version out loud yourself.
And as always, let us know how it goes. Comment your favorite new phrase from today's episode. We genuinely love reading them.
That's it for today's episode. If this helped you feel more confident about real, everyday English conversation, hit subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.